welcome to Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I have some finished objects. I have some works in progress. All right, so let's start with my, I'm participating in Coco's crochet calendar blanket, and I am a couple of months behind. Well, yes, a couple months behind. I showed my beginning one, and then I'd finished the second one, and she'd announced new colors, and then I went on my trip, and then she announced new colors again. So I went ahead and finished all of those months. And let's see, the most recent, I believe we are in, was it March? No, it might have been April, actually. So, as a reminder, this was January. Try not to get it too shiny for you. Hi, baby. Hi. Come here. She's thinking about it. So that was January. This was February. Oh, I love those blues. So pretty. This is March. Very festive. And I want to say, I think we're actually into, is it March or is it? Let's see, did I miss April? Hold on. I think my colors might, or my pages might have got stuck together. 1 second. Yes, we did do April, because I remember that as well. So there we go. So those were the first 4 months. Hi, baby. Oh, you're being such a good girl. Yes, it's a good baby. Okay, so turn us back around. So this is my progress for those 4 months. All right. So this is a different kind of blanket than I have done before. I have done, I've done like Hooked on Sunshine patterns, but I've usually done the easier ones. This has been, I wouldn't say, I've had issues working the pattern. I think personal counting issues. Okay, story time. So I was so excited with how the first, oops, that's the back. I have not tacked in all my ends. There are a ton of them. Okay, so I love how the beginning portion started. And then I got into this section, which was the green and the oranges, and I believe gray and cream, or gray and white. I liked how that turned out. But then I got into this section where you're doing the triple crochets over top of the blanket, and somehow my count got off, and so they didn't, like, you can see like right here, it doesn't diagonal as well. And when I went to start squaring the blanket off, okay, I'm saying it's total user error, and I don't know what I did wrong, but I had to fudge and decrease 19 stitches. I was over by 19 stitches. I don't know if I added a whole extra section somehow or what, but this, let's see, what was it? So I did, and like these ones, they're so tight, you can't even see the color changes. I'm kind of sad about that, because this is a navy blue. This is where I started to go darker. So I had a navy blue and this really pretty red here. Like you can't even see it because of this reverse single crochet crab stitch. Like, you can't even see these colors. So that makes me sad. And then this section, it folds over, so you're missing part here. Like where it curves, you can't even see the bottom stitches. So I don't know if I'm going to have to like severely block this, which I've never had to block a blanket quite this much. I mean, I've blocked squares and stuff, but I mean, you can't even see how these ones show up because there's stitches behind here, like in front, behind, in front, and you can't even see them. Like, they're just so tiny. And then the black, we're about to start another row where we're doing some like in the back loop stitches to make these ones stand out, but I don't know, I'm having some issues with the blanket, and so it's making me less excited to work on it, which is a pity because I know lots and lots of people love this pattern and I would like to enjoy it too, but it's giving me fits. Okay, so that's my update on that. Sorry, I have a kitty. She is so cute. She's looking up at me like, ah. All right, so next, because I was having such issues with that, I decided I needed what I call an easy win, or like what Carrie Penny calls an easy win. So I decided to make a granny square blanket, and it is made, so I'm going to put up the picture here. So it is made with 2 colors of the Red Heart Comfort. I bought this in early 2020. It was one of the first orders I did from, I believe it was Mary Maxim at the time, or like it was Mary Maxim. But they had these big balls, because these were 16 ounces, so that's a pound of yarn, and they had them for $3.99. So I ordered a bunch. I ordered the 2 blues here that you see, and then I ordered like a purple and a pink, and I think I did a white. So I was really excited because this blanket only took 2 of these. Like that's it, just 2 balls of yarn to make an entire blanket. So that is amazing. And the Red Heart Comfort, in case you weren't aware, I'm not sure if they make it still. I feel like I've seen it still out in circulation, like on some of the ordering sites, or you know, like maybe still at Mary Maxim. But at the time, I'm pretty sure it was highly clearanced, because that is an amazing deal. So it is a medium weight number 4. It is 16 ounces, 454 grams, 792 meters, or 867 yards. So yeah, that made a blanket. It's 100% acrylic, and it calls for a 5.5 hook or a 4.5 millimeter needles, machine washable and dryable. And this was made in the USA of imported fibers. So I got really I was texting my friend Ray from Ray's Yarn Addiction. I was like, it's not working out, and I have like pictures, and like I had done let's see, what was it? I had done the pattern for this Back to the Sophie's Universe. I was like so blown away how badly I messed this up. But I had sent her a picture, and like it only looked like I was over by like 10 stitches. But what happens is you start in the middle of a curve, you know, because you're making, because it's a circle at the time. And so you work so far, make a corner, Like a lot of patterns will have you start with a corner and then go around. This one had you start like here, go around, then make a corner, and then so forth. Well, this circle was like you have the corner down here, and then it kind of goes like that because it was all of this that that I had gone over. So yeah, I had to pull that whole section out and decrease 5 stitches per side in order to make my count right. So that was a lot of work. And I was like, I just want a granny square. That's all. I just want a granny square. So I made that blanket. All right. So also, while I was looking at different things I wanted to work on, I decided to do to participate in Heather the Crochet Witch's great cake-off, yarn cake-off. I'll have to get the exact wording. I should have looked it up beforehand, but I think it's like the Great Cake-Off 2023 or something like that. But my first project I decided to do is using this chunky yarn. It is the Crayon Chunky Cakes, and this was a it was from Michael's. It was one of the chunky cakes that went on clearance for $5 last year. Like, I think it was in like November or something like that. They put a whole bunch of them on clearance. So this is a super bulky number 6. It is calling for a 5, woo! Okay. 8mm hook and needles. It is machine washable and dryable. 100% acrylic. It is 9.8 ounces, 280 grams. And there's the yardage. Oh, down here. Okay. And then it is 297 yards or 271 meters. So this is the color rice pudding. So these 3 things all were made with the one cake. So first off, we have this hat. Oh my gosh, you are so cute. She's just looking up at me like, hi. I wish you guys could see her. Maybe if she sticks around, I'll take a picture. Put it at the end. All right, so this is, okay, this was a little confusing on the name. So it's either the Crochet Winter Hat or DIY Crochet Hat Gina Beanie by Crochet Dreamz. So it's either one of those 2 names. And I will link all of the patterns I use in the description down below. Description box down below. So this is the hat. It is a chunky beanie. I did alter it. I am still not a fan of doing the where you chain and then do single crochet or half double crochets in the back loop to make your brim. I don't like that. It doesn't fit me nicely, and usually it's not as pronounced as doing a back post, front post, double crochet, so I altered it there. But the rest of the beanie was following the pattern, and it's so cute. Oh, I'm going to put that in the back. So my yarn changed color because it's variegated, so I'm going to put that in the back. All right, so there we go. It is a really nice yarn for this project. I feel like it fits really nicely, and I love how it looks, and like it fits right just below my earlobes, which I love for a beanie. If I'm going to wear a tighter beanie, I want it to hit right here. Like, there's my earlobe. So it's perfect. So that was the, technically it was the second thing I made. So the first thing I made was a pattern that was called Quick and Easy Chunky Cowl by Maria's Blue Crayon. And this is the first pattern I've done by her. So I actually made this cowl twice. So the first one, the way this cowl is made, it's made flat. So you chain and then you go back and forth and then you stitch up the side. Well, that ended up being a little tight for me. And okay, let's see, that's the second one. So this is the first one. So I made this first. And I really like how it looks. Like, I love how the bobbly stitches kind of, well, they're not actual bobbles, but I like how the ridge stitches give it this great texture. And I thought it was super cute. But when I go to put it on, it's like so close to my face. Let's see. It feels a little restrictive. Like if I pull it out a little bit, it's okay. But if you want to wear it up like that, it's great. But this is just too close for how I like to wear my cowls. And so I decided to make it again. So what I did was I took the stitch pattern and I made a chain, and then I turned that chain into a circle. So like I slip stitched in the end, and then I did the same stitch pattern but in the round. And I like how this works for me better. Like this is how I like to have my cowls, because like occasionally I'll get too hot and I'll have to be kind of, you know, put it out a little bit. But with that one, it's just all so close to your neck. So this one allows it to be more open, or you can do the crisscross so that it's closer to your neck, and then, you know, if that's in your coat, it'll hold it nice and tight. But I like how both turned out. If I were to do, oops, my notes tried to jump off the table. If I were to do this one again, I would just extend out my chain a little bit and it would be perfect. Like, I love the textured stitches on this. Like, I like this even more than I like how it looks here with the back and forth, which gives it so much more like a dynamic look. But with it being so close to my neck, I just feel like I can't wear it comfortably. So there's that. And this. So that was all out of one ball. So I'm really happy with how those turned out, because that's a decent set. You know, if I hadn't, you know, had that one be so small, I could have even done something else with this, like maybe a headband or, you know, something like that. All right. So the next thing, let's see. All right. Oh, and let's see. With these, I used a 9mm hook to make the hat and the cowl, in case you're wondering. And then I had, okay, so I'm wanting to do the cake off with Heather. Oh dear, I still have a kitty. All right, so I decided to use the cinnamon swirl, the Karen cinnamon swirl cake, and I tried it twice. So the first one, I'm going to put up a picture. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous cowl or scarf, little scarflet, I don't know, shawlette. So it's the V shape that I love, but it's all star stitches, and it is gorgeous, but my yarn was too big, so I ended up frogging it. So this was the Starry Midnight Sky Shawl by Elisa at let's see, Strings and Cuddles. I think that's right. Like I said, I'll link all of these down below. So this this pattern calls for, I think, a 1 weight or a 2 weight, and I tried to use it with a 4 weight. Didn't go quite how I planned, but I like how it looked. It just wasn't going to drape very well. And so I frogged that, and I decided to do this other shawl. It is called Crochet Pistachio Wrap, and it is from, did I not write it down? I wrote all the other information. I will put her name up here that it's from. And this, okay, so this pattern was meant for a chunky yarn, and this is a 4 weight. So instead of using, this calls for a bulky yarn, and it calls for a 15mm hook. I did this in the 4 weight, and I used a 12mm hook. So this is the project. I think it's super fun. It is a work in progress, obviously. Look how fun that is. I really like how this is working up. I like the colors. Oh, are you leaving me? All right. Can you get down? Bye, baby. All right. So this, it'll be great for that. If it, depending on how far I go out. Actually, that could be really cute as a, if I attached it in the back. Yeah. That could almost be like a bandana cowl. Cute. But yeah, so this was the Karen Cinnamon Swirl Cakes. It is a medium weight number 4. It calls for a 5mm hook and needles. It is machine washable and dryable, 100% acrylic, 8 ounces, 227 grams, 407 yards, or 372 meters. Let's see, made in Turkey. And this is the color Twilight Surf. I forgot to tell you the colors. Well, okay, with the blue skein for the granny square blanket, they didn't have names, so that's why I didn't tell you that. But yeah, so this is Twilight Surf, and it's so pretty. And I love how it's turning out. I think this is going to be an absolutely gorgeous shawl. And with how it's working up, this V shape is going to fit over shoulders and arms extremely well and should stay on. So I'm excited to see how that works up completely. It's going really quickly, obviously, because I'm using a 12mm hook. And I do have 2 of these cakes, so in case I need to go further, I will be able to do that. Let's see what else I have. Oh, so originally I was starting my Sophie's Universe to use up scrap yarn. Well, it's getting to the point where I'm not entirely sure that all of my scraps are going to be long enough. So I started an additional project. I'm gonna make hexagons. I've been wanting to do hexagons for quite a while, and this, very simple, and I just joined them with a single crochet. Very simple pattern. This is from the Moogly blog, and it's the traditional hexagon. So I'm thinking with all the tiny scraps I can make centers, a little bit bigger scraps I can do the middles and the outsides. So this is what I've got so far. I have looked at a few of my scraps and been like, that is not going to get me around the Sophie's Universe blanket, depending on how much of a yarn eater the stitch is going to be. So I am going to start putting this together. I have a hard time being completely random with my scrappy projects, which is the reason I haven't used a lot of my scraps. So I'm going to try and put like kind of light colors together, like pastel-y, or, you know, I feel like these go nicely. So I'm probably not going to have any like black or, you know, really bright colors with it, or like the jewel tones. I'll probably try and put that in a separate blanket. But so I'm going to try and do some of my little scraps into that project. And we'll see how it goes. It could be interesting. Like I said, I have a hard time, you know, mix and matching when it comes to little bits and pieces. Let's see. I think that was all of my works in progresses. Okay. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful.